Welcome everyone to chair yoga. Just as I get set up, I'd just like to say make sure if you join me that you have a nice, solid, comfortable chair to work with. It would be great if it has a flat base with a cushion on it, and it's not something you can slide off easily, and your feet can touch the floor. That is really nice. Have a glass of water with you if you feel like you might want one, and I'll just jump onto my chair and we can get moving. So get comfy all the way back into the seat of your chair. Bring your hands together at your heart. You're welcome to close your eyes or to keep them open if you would prefer to do that. Let those hands really settle together. Allow the thumbs to settle in the centre of the chest. And allow your whole body to relax onto the chair. Notice how your hands feel connected to each other. Notice how your thumbs feel at that point where they connect to the centre of the chest, the heart space. Notice how your body feels where it's connected to the chair. Notice how your feet feel where they're connected to the ground. Notice the flow of your breath moving in and out at its own pace. Blink open your eyes. Let's take an inhale. We're going to circle those hands out and around. And then when they get to a comfortable place, exhale and let those hands come down through the centre of your body. So move at your own pace, find your own natural breathing rhythm. In as you rise, out as you flow down. Take a little lean and a reach forward. Imagine you're grabbing hold of a deep breath and you're drawing it all the way to the back of your lungs. Exhale, completely let go. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, let it go. So find your own rhythm once again. You don't have to move at the same pace as me or as anyone else. And just be mindful that throughout this whole practice, that whatever moves you are doing, they feel like they're bringing your body some benefit. It's important. Let's just do our last breath here. It's important that you listen to your body at all times. You are welcome to leave any moves out that you don't feel like doing today. And just be guided by your body. If it feels heavy, if it feels hard, certainly if it feels painful, then don't do it. Leave it out, change it, take a break. Okay, let's get started. So toes on the floor, let's lift up the heels. So you get to that point where you feel a nice stretch in the toes and the soles of your feet. Breathe into that stretch. Let's begin to move the ankles around in a circle. It doesn't matter which way you go because we're going to do both ways. So you're gently feeling all of the joints in the feet moving and doing something. Let's pause and go back the other way. Okay, next move. We point the toes away, let them rest on the floor. Point the heels down and let them rest on the floor. So we're extending and flexing the feet. If it feels okay for you today, you can do this move in the air. Let's pause in the air and then gently wind those feet in a circle. So now we're feeling the ankle joints moving. And then we're going to reverse direction. Alright, the next joint that we're going to move is the knee joint. If it feels okay for you to do, let the low part of the leg move in a circle. If knees are tricky for you, feel free to leave this out, as you can do with any of the moves that you don't want to do. Let's go back in the opposite direction. And we'll give those lower parts of the legs a little bit of a flutter, so you just start to feel these muscles working. Okay, bring the soles of the feet to the ground. Take a little bit of movement forward in the chair. You want to have your feet on the ground, and you also want to have a little bit of space behind your body, but you still want to feel like you're comfortable and solid on your chair. So find that comfy spot with a little bit of space behind you. Hands can rest anywhere they're comfortable. Let's take an inhale, sit up as tall as we can, and then just take a gentle rock from side to side. So we're moving into these joints of the hips with the femur, the top of the thigh, and the hips and the low part of the back. So as you move, just notice how you feel. What we want to focus on is that sense of everything becoming a little bit more comfortable as we go, a little bit more easy, a little bit more fluid. If it doesn't feel like that, feel free to pause or to change the move. Let's gently come back to stillness in the centre. Take that inhale, sit up as tall as you can in your chair. Chin a little bit tucked towards the throat, not all the way down, just a tiny tuck. And we're going to move backwards and forwards. So it's rocking forwards and backwards, just like we were rocking side to side before. In that zone where it feels like you've got something moving, you've got something getting that sense of ease that comes with movement. And then let's gently allow that to come back to stillness in the centre. So we're upright, we feel still, we feel good. So for our next move, let's bring the feet apart just a fraction. Take an inhale, sit up as tall as you can, and then exhale, we're going to gently shift our left shoulder over towards the right knee. Right shoulder to left knee. Inhale, come on back into the centre. Exhale, we're shifting that left shoulder to the right knee. Breathing in, come to centre. Breathing out, let's flow over to the left. Inhaling centre and flow over to the right. So check out how the hip and the back feels as we move into this stretch. We're finding this comfortable held stretch. So right shoulder's moving towards that left knee. We're going to sink that right sit bone into the chair. That's the anchor for this particular stretch. Notice what's happening in the hip and the lower back. Make sure it's a comfortable stretch for you and breathe deeply. If you prefer to be in the flow, you can flow from one side to the other. You don't have to go into this held stretch. Okay, we're going to inhale and come to centre, and as we exhale, we're going to move into that stretch on the other side. So this left shoulder's moving towards the right knee. We'll sink that left sit bone down into the chair so it anchors your stretch. Make sure you've found a comfortable version of this particular stretch and breathe deeply into it. If you prefer prefer to go with that flow from side to side, please do. Let's take an inhale, we'll come on back to centre and relax the whole of the body. Alrighty, so the last thing we do when we work our hips is to do the hip circle. So as we always do, inhale, sit up as tall as you can. Use your breath to float you into that upright position. Now we're starting to move like we're drawing a circle on the ceiling with our head. So feel into the body going around. Notice this stretch moving around the low part of the back, the hips, the low part of the belly. If it feels okay, you're welcome to expand your circle. So we're kind of spiraling outwards to find that comfortable place for each of us to work our body today. Let's gently come back to stillness and then reverse. So we're going the opposite way around our spiral. Notice how it feels. Make any adjustments that you need to for this particular direction. Once you get all the way back into the centre, let's take a little pause. Okay. So we've worked toes, ankles, knees, hips. We're working our way through all of the joints in the body because we're doing this gentle joint release sequence. So now it's time to work along the length of the spine. So we begin with our cat-cow flow. As you inhale, draw your shoulder blades towards each other so you get that little squeeze at the back of the body where it's stretching the front of the body. And as you exhale, you're going to draw the belly button in. Let those shoulders roll forward, let the chin roll forward to the chest, so you're feeling stretch along the back of the body. So breathe whenever you feel like it, of course. Go in your own time. We don't have to stick together in time because everybody's breath is a different length. So work with your breath. Inhaling to come into this cow version of the pose, exhaling to come into the cat version of the pose. Remembering to go at a level that suits you today and feels comfortable, nurturing, nourishing, and feels like it's improving the movement of your body. Let's inhale and exhale, our last ones there. Okay, come back to centre. So let's go a little bit wide with the feet. So when we side bend, we feel a good, really good sense of steadiness and balance. So let's begin with that. Inhale, begin with a length in the spine, sit up as tall as you can. As you exhale, we're going to gently dip down towards the left shoulder. So left shoulder dips towards the ground. Doesn't matter how far, it's about comfortable stretch in this body, comfortable experience in this side. Inhale to the centre, exhale, let's go the other way. Inhale to the centre. If it's comfortable for your shoulder, you're welcome to add this extension of the arm overhead or across the body, up to you and your shoulder. Inhale, over we go. There's that option as well. Now we come into the hold. Make sure your whole body is comfortable. Remember this option for resting that shoulder or that option, up to you. If you don't like the hold, please keep going in that flow from side to side. Make sure you're breathing deeply and you can feel a stretch in those muscles between the ribs. Inhale to the centre, exhale, release. So we breathe in, we sit up as tall as we can, we breathe out and we find that long side extension on the other side of the body. So remember this option with your arm, and remember you can just leave it down by your side. Do what feels good. Do what feels right, even more important. Big deep breath. Feel those muscles between the ribs stretching. Inhale to the center and exhale, release. Okay, so when we twist, we put a bit of pressure through the guts, we put a bit of pressure in the low part of the spine. So if those places are uncomfortable for you, remember you can leave this move out, you can stay with the option one. Really important with everything to be mindful of your experience in the moment, make sure it's a pleasant one. So let's take an inhale, sit up tall. Our first option is simply to take a turn and look over that right shoulder. If that feels okay and you want to go for option two, we're going to send our left hand to our right knee. If that feels okay and you want to go for that option three, the right hand is going to slip down to the side of the chair, or perhaps you might even feel comfortable hanging that right elbow over the back of the chair. Remember, the arms are there to support you in a particular position. They're not there to help you yank yourself around into a twist. So remember, they're just supporting. So notice what happens as you breathe deeply. Feel that length happen in the spine. Feel yourself sitting up tall. And then as you exhale, notice how the body relaxes into the twist. Let everything release. Allow everything to let go. A couple more breaths here at your own pace. Inhale, sit up as tall as you can, and exhale, let's come back to face the front. So let's do the other side. We'll breathe in and sit up tall. As we breathe out, let's gently take a turn and look over that left shoulder. If you would like that option two, we're going to bring the right hand to rest on that left knee. If you want to take that third option, we'll slide that left hand so that it's attached to the back of the chair, or perhaps you even want to pop that left elbow over the back of your chair if the back of the chair is at a suitable height. Let the breath flow deeply. We inhale and sit up tall. Every time the breath comes in, we exhale and relax and ease into that twist every time the breath goes out. Let's take an inhale, sit up as tall as you can, and exhale. We'll come back to face the front. Okay, so let's give everything a little bit of a wiggle. You're free to move in any way you want to, of course, at any point in time, but sometimes everything feels like it needs a little bit of a shake out. All right, so circle of joy. Bring your hands together, let them rest in the center of the heart space. If your hands are comfortable to do it, as you take an inhale, press them gently together. So you feel all the muscles turn on in your upper body, almost like we're squeezing all those muscles. And then exhale, relax all the muscles in your upper body. Feel them completely let go and release. As you inhale, take an interlace of those fingers, let them float up. As you exhale, squeeze the belly button in, bring your chin down towards your chest, start to press your palms forward. It doesn't matter how far they come out. Inhale, we're going to sit up tall, let those hands move out as far as you comfortably can get them to go. And exhale, let your hands reach down for the seat of the chair beside your hips, or the back of the chair if that's comfortable for you to hold. Take an inhale, draw your chest forward, squeeze those shoulder blades together so you've got stretch in the front of the chest and squeeze between those shoulder blades, and exhale, hands come back to the heart. Feel free to breathe anytime your body asks you to. You don't have to wait for the cues. I will just continue to cue the breath, because often when we're engaged in any kind of process, we forget to breathe. But it's really important. You've got to breathe all the time. So here comes round two. Feel free to keep with round one options if they are the ones that suit you today. And remember, you can have a break anytime you like. So we inhale, press. Exhale, relax completely. Flow is much more important than what you do. Inhale, Interlace. Exhale, squeeze the belly button, press forward. Inhale, option 2, your hands go up and over your head. Exhale, let them flow down to meet the chair. Inhale, draw your chest forward, squeeze those shoulder blades. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhale, press. Exhale, completely relax. Inhale, interlace the fingers and float. Exhale, squeeze the belly button, chin down, press it forward. Here's your option 3 if you want to take it. Hands go up and the eyes follow. Exhale, let those hands go. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, stretch the chest. Exhale, hands to heart. Option 4, there's going to be no cues and you get to choose to close your eyes if you want to. Remember, everything's an option. You do what's good for you. Once you finish your round 4, let those hands sit in the center of the chest. Notice how when we move with flow, we get this little sense of a feeling of flow through the body. Or simply notice what you feel has changed. Let's blink open the eyes. We're going to walk those feet in so they're about hip width apart, parallel to each other. I'm going to let these arms have a little rock gently beside the body. So here is our option 1. Option 2, you can make that a bigger swing. You may perhaps even want to bring those palms together and then fan out those fingers as the hands go backwards. Up to you. Move at a pace and a size that suits your body, your shoulders today. Make sure you're breathing. Both in and out. Alrighty, let's slow it right down. So we're moving into the shoulder circle. We lift those hands up and down. We start nice and small. Just to check out how the shoulders are. Feel free to leave this move out or stay very small if that's what your body wants you to do. If that felt okay, try something a little bit larger. If that felt okay, go larger again. So you're stopping where your body is telling you this is enough for today. If it's all feeling okay, feel free to go as big as you can. And breathe in, float those hands up, breathe out, letting go. Okay, we're going to let those arms hang by the sides so that we are just rolling the shoulders. Feel that movement in the shoulder joint. It's the same as every practice. Start small, get bigger with those circles. Find where your body likes it and work there. Or leave it out completely if it's not right for today. Let's do the alternating shoulder roll. So one goes up as the other one goes down. So now we feel the shoulder joint moving. We feel the chest stretching. We feel a stretch between the shoulder blades. Any or all of those places. Big deep breaths in and out in time with your natural breathing rhythm. Let's come on back to stillness and relax. Okay. So we'll give the feet a little bit of a tap on the floor or any kind of movement in the low part of the legs just to feel like everything is active and alive. The legs haven't done anything for a little while. So let's start to work on the neck. So first of all, we're going to let the chin come down towards the throat. So it's just heading in the direction of the throat. Notice the back of the neck start to stretch. As you get closer and closer to the throat with the chin, that stretch increases. If you're in this version of the stretch and you feel like you've got more places you could stretch into, you're welcome to let this chin, this head nod down towards the chest. So sit up tall, breathe deeply. Notice the stretch in the back of the neck. You might notice also moving all the way down the spine, the sides of the spine. So we're going to move into our head circle. Imagine the tip of your nose is the end of a hand on a clock. So it's going to point out to the side to 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock. We lift up nice and high. We're going to draw that nose so it's pointing up to 12 o'clock. Really important that you don't drop your head backwards with moving this vertical circle just like clock hands do. We're pointing over towards 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock, depending on which way you're going, and then letting the nose point down again once again to 6. So think of it as a clock face. Do another round, go nice and slowly. Feel free to stop and breathe if there's a sticky spot in your neck. Make sure the whole of your body is relaxed. The hands, the hips, the feet, the toes. Make sure you're breathing. When that head gets back to the center of the chest, then we pause. Once you've had a little pause, let's go back the other way. So it's a full, deep, slow breath. Work your way slowly and gently and mindfully around your circle, making sure you're not tipping that head backwards as you rotate from one side to the other. Let that breath flow deeply in and deeply out. Make sure those hips, those legs and those toes are not curling and not bringing any tension into the body. When the nose comes back to pointing down, the chin comes back to pointing down to the chest, pause there for a moment and then let's come on back up to sitting up tall. So we take a gaze to the right. Doesn't matter how far the head goes around, let it be a comfortable turn. When you get there, take a full breath in. We're going to slowly release it as we turn the head towards the left. So moving to the left, letting that breath go very slowly. When we get to the left, comfortable turn, take an inhale. Exhale, let's gently turn the head back where it came from. So this is our option 1. You're welcome to add the arms, which I'll show you in a moment. So they're soft, floppy, gentle arms. The hand that's behind your head is pointing palm face up. This hand that is in front of you is palm face down. Let's take an inhale, sit up tall. As you exhale, you're going to turn your head, you're going to let your breath go slowly, and your hands are also going to turn over. So you've got 3 things to do all at the same time. When you get to the other side, breath in. Exhale, let it go, come on back the other way. Find that nice movement in the neck. And we've got one more round of that in your own time. Find the rhythm of your breath. We don't have to stick together. Relax those arms. Okay, give everything some movement. Alrighty, let's dip right ear to right shoulder. Here's your number 1 stretch. It's generally along this line. Breathe into that. If you want a little bit more stretch, you can reach away with that left hand. And if it feels okay with your shoulder, you can let this right hand just settle on the top side of the head. So we're not pulling downwards with this right hand, it's just letting gravity work into the stretch in the side of the neck. All options do what's good for you. Let let that right hand come on down. Let's come on back into the center. So over we go the other way. Left ear to left shoulder. Right hand stretches away. Left hand can sit on the side of the head only if you want it to. Remember not to use that hand to pull downwards. It's all about gravity. It's all about ease. It's all about the breath. Okay, let's release the head, come on back to center. So we stretch the face, open up wide, make sure you breathe. Squeeze everything, make sure you keep breathing. Relax the whole face. Eyes go one way, jaw goes the other way. Come back to center, let's swap it over. Come back to center, let's relax. So we're going to tap the muscles of the face. So start on the cheekbones. Work your way out to the rim of the face. So, and then let's work gently all the way down the length of the jaw. So we're tapping into, and you can pause anywhere you feel really tight, which is pretty common just at this point where the jaw meets the ear. That muscle there works hard all day long, creating expression, eating, talking. Once you get to the point of the chin, let's just flick it off. Oh, excuse me. Okay, hands. Interlace the fingers. Now, if you have uncomfortable hands, feel free to leave gaps between your fingers. You don't have to have them connected if that makes them feel not good. So let them rest in each other's hold for a moment. Breathe deeply. Notice that warmth between the palms. This thumb on top is going to float up, and then we're going to bring it underneath the two hands. So now we've got this little twist going on in the hands. Let's swap the two thumbs over. So the one that's on the top now is going to end up on the bottom, and the other one comes up. So we're twisting the opposite way. Let's come back to the ordinary grasp of the hands. Turn the knuckles to the body and press hands away until you feel gentle stretch in the fingers and the palms, the wrists, the arms. Notice where it is. Keep it nice. Come back to the heart. So we need to change the lacing of the fingers. So let your hands relax. Let this one with the thumb on top come back and slide down, one finger slide, or change it any other way that makes sense to you. So now the opposite thumb is resting on the top of your light clasp. Let those hands relax in each other's hold, really soften. Let's bring the top thumb underneath, so we are twisting. Let's swap to the other's twist. Let's come back to where we were. Turn those knuckles to the body and gently press away. Be kind. Be nice to your body. It's one of your most valuable, important possessions. Let's stretch the fingers, stretch the palms, stretch the arms. Come on back to the heart and relax. Let those hands go. Give everything a shake if you feel like it. Allow those hands to go round in a circle. Let's reverse. We're going to bring the tips of the fingers together. So we're doing kind of fingertip push-ups. That's one option. The second option, the stronger option, if your hands feel okay to do it, is to bring the tips of the fingers to the palms of the hands and flick them out. Bring them in, flick them out. Up to you. Do what feels good. Then we shake. Let the hands shake. Perhaps you want them to stay down by the sides. Listen to your shoulders. Let them move. Perhaps allow them to come up and over the head. It's totally up to you. Do what feels good. Make sure you're breathing in and out fully and deeply and freely. Give those arms a really vigorous shake at a level that suits you today. Okay. So thumbs plug into the sides of the chest, just let them land wherever they want to go. Find something to fix your gaze on that's right in front of you. And then we're just going to keep that head completely steady as we gently move these shoulders back and forward. So stretching into the top of the muscles attached to the top of the spine and the neck. Make sure you go slow and easy and gentle and small, especially to start with. If things start to feel like they're loosening up, you can make that a bit bigger move. But remember, it's all about what feels good in my body today. There's no force with any of these practices. Okay, we're going to let this loosen up a little. Let's inhale, let that right hand flow out. Watch it go to the side and come back. Let's go the other way. Make sure you're breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Find your own rhythm. Last of these options is just to let the hands float around. Make sure you don't smack your hand into any solid objects, your chair frame, a wall. We want to just be careful where it's going to end up at the end of its swing. And now we get to do whatever we want. So it's totally free-flowing. See if you can get every joint in the body moving and doing something. It doesn't matter what it looks like. If you stop thinking about it and just let your body flow gently from one comfortable place to another, it will do all of the things that it needs and wants to do. Slowly, gently let your body come back to stillness. Feet about hip width apart, hands resting on the legs. Start to rock and roll the feet on the ground, forwards and backwards. So you feel connected to the earth. This is our option 1. You're welcome to take option 2 if you want, which is toes down, heels bouncing in the air. So we get this little shake going through the whole of the body, just like you're fluffing up a pillow. Let's lift up those heels. This is our option 3 if you want to take it. Drop to the earth. Lifting as high as you comfortably can and drop. Last option, you can add arms. So any kind of pressure issues, eye pressure, blood pressure, pacemaker, those kind of things. Sore shoulders. Anything that says stay low, make sure you stay low with those hands. If it feels comfortable and you haven't got any of that stuff going on, welcome to send those hands up a bit higher. Last one. Okay, let's take an inhale, just like we did at the beginning of the class. Let your hands float up. Exhale, let them fly down. So it's a no effort move. Inhale, let the breath float it up. Wherever they get to, they get to. Exhale, let them come on down the center. Last one, breathing in, letting go. For a moment, a few moments, a few breaths. Let's rest the back of the hands on the lap. Close the eyes if that's a comfortable thing for you to do. Focus on your breath. Notice the whole of your body and how it feels. We have just got to the point where we finished the gentle joint release part of this class, which moves every single joint every way it's supposed to go. Well, that's the plan. Generally speaking, that's what we try to do. Work from the toes all the way to the top of the head and out to the hands, and then put a few full body movements into that sequence as well. So we've done a lot. Take a few deep breaths for a breather, recharge, refuel, relax, let everything go for a moment, notice, observe. Let's blink open the eyes nice and gently.